2024 was a 12-year high in the national road toll, and sadly, that isn't anything new. Over the last 4 years, the road toll number has only increased year after year, a trend that hasn't been seen since the 1960s. 11,000 lives have been taken on our roads in the last decade. That's friends, family members, loved ones, and colleagues. All lives cut short. In the first season of Drive Safer, we tested our own driving ability, showing you the difference in driving experience, as well as the latest advancements in safety technology. This season, we are hitting the public roads, looking at vehicles from popular segments of the market and discussing driver behavior in the city and also out in rural roads. All of this with one message in mind: making our roads safer. The world around us moves at incredible speed, so why don't we just take a second and slow down, pause, breathe, and discuss how you and I can get home safely at the end of the day. Because there has to be a behavioral and cultural change. This is the second season of Drive Safer. Hello, my name is Kris Smith and welcome to the second season of Drive Safer. Over the next 3 episodes, I'll be talking with experts in safety, opening discussion of risks on our roads and how we can minimize the risks. We'll also be looking at some of the latest vehicles in the market and triumph the technology installed to maximize our safety on the road. There is an abundance to learn, so let's get into it with our first special guest. Well, Kevin, thank you for joining us here today, and thank you for having us at your playground, Sandown Raceway. This is where your company operates. You've been here since the 80s. Driver Dynamics. What exactly is it that you do?
So welcome to sunny Sandown, Kris. So this is our little skid area here. We also work on the racetrack as well. The racetrack's a little bit busy today, so here we are out here. So what we do out here, we run defensive driving courses and advanced driving courses. That's our bread and butter. We also run racetrack training as well. We do some crazy stuff like counter-terrorist training with the military and the police, and we do fun stuff. We run a stunt driving experience here as well. So if it's got anything to do with driving, we can pretty much do it for you here.
Now, what we are seeing is, in terms of safety, the road toll numbers are really through the roof, the highest they've been in quite some time.
Yep.
Do you believe that the roads are safe right now or not?
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to say the roads, we're driving on safer roads than ever before. We're driving safer cars than ever before. Our drivers are spending more time behind the wheel as learners than ever before. But the figures aren't stacking up, so it's a bit of a tricky one. The roads are potentially safer, but the statistics say otherwise.
Now, you're going to give us some demonstrations today on what the cars are capable of.
Yep.
Time ago and the newer cars. What is the one safety feature that's really impressed you in the last 10 years or so?
To me, the big silver bullet for drivers attending our courses, I'm going to give you 2 things: ABS and the systems that work with that, and also tyre technology. We've got better tyres gripping the road better than ever in history, and we've got the best braking systems in history as well. So cars stop, turn, handle really well now, but as I said, we're not seeing all the benefits of this. That's kind of a little bit disappointing.
Ready to get into it?
Yep.
What have we got up first?
We're going to put the cars in a simple straight line emergency stop, not at high speed, just 60, 70 K, sort of urban speeds. So we'll compare a new, modern ABS car versus a not so new, not so modern non-ABS car. And I think you might be surprised when you see the difference between the two. So the big thing we're going to see here is the massive difference between a car that doesn't have ABS, and then we'll do another demonstration with the car that does have ABS. Whilst we're doing this, I'll do a little fancy thing with the steering wheel as well, and we'll see what happens to the car.
All right, Kev, show me what this baby's got.
So remember, Kris, 70K setting,
Yep.
And we're going to be doing 5Ks under that speed.
Oh, that's so you're
In this situation in a non-ABS car, if you brake way too hard, you're going to have 3 fairly major problems on your hands. Number one, we can increase our stopping distance by as much as 30%. And if you look behind us, we've gone a very long way. Secondly, you can see I turned the steering wheel as far as I could to the left, as far as I could to the right. The car won't change direction. Thirdly, the car lacks stability as well. So we've got the potential of the car to swing out at the back or even spin around in circles in these situations. So this is the way things were in the bad old days of non-ABS.
Well, there we go. We've given this old baby a go, but we've got some new cars on the market. Let's give them a whirl. So let's see the difference.
I think you'll be surprised the difference.
Safety should not be out of reach. And with a 5-star ANCAP rated Toyota Hilux and Ollie, it isn't. With an Ollie novated lease, you can bring a Toyota Hilux home for as low as $378 in weekly payments. And with a novated lease, Ollie can help bundle eligible running costs into your weekly payment, which could help you save come tax time, meaning you could save up to $15,000. It's a smarter way to finance your safety. To find out more about how an Ollie novated lease could help get you behind the wheel, head to ollie.com.au to discover what awaits you. That's at ollie.com.au.
So Kevin, here we are, the brand new Subaru.
Yep.
We've been down in the Mazda and we would have been in all kinds of trouble. We already feel much better.
So same as before, we'll be doing 65Ks, 5Ks under the speed limit in our 70 zone, and then we'll do our emergency stop and we'll see if it's a little bit less dramatic in this one.
How common is it for people to not understand what their car's capable of?
Very common. The big thing we have on driving courses is people, I had no idea that my car could do that.
Yeah. Right,
So
but we are.
we're at 65.
There we go. There's the noises, the creaking, but we stopped.
Makes a whole bunch of wacky sounds, as you can see. And the big thing is how fast it stops. You can really feel yourself leaning against your seatbelt here. I know what you're going to say, Chris.
Can you see those skid marks there?
Yeah, we've effectively halved the distance. And remember, we did the whole turning the steering wheel as far as it would go in both directions. And what we'll look at next time we drive the ABS car, we'll hit the brakes, put some steering into the car, and I think you'll see a completely different outcome. So here we go. So same as last time, we're just under 60 Ks.
Doesn't feel like you're doing 60 Ks.
We're not pushing it too hard or anything. Brake. Swerve and stop.
Nothing hit.
Make no mistake, that's still a very difficult situation to be in. That's a very, very short stop. There's a lot of inputs involved there, but we were under the speed limit. All we had to do was hit the brakes, put the correct amount of steering in. That's a completely different outcome to what happened before when we went sailing into the back of that vehicle that was in front of us at 50 plus.
All right, Daniel, it's this time in the show where you and I take a look at the featured car of the series. First up, Subaru Forester. A little favourite of yours. You have one of these.
You're very well informed, Chris. Yes, absolutely right. I'm lucky enough to be living with a Subaru Forester right now. It is a very good package. Subaru is known for one of its revolutionary safety features, EyeSight, which it gets the 2 cameras up at the top of the windscreen. It's also got a new evolution of that system, which we will talk about later. Other things about the Subaru, Boxer engines. They bring lots of performance benefits, efficiency benefits. This one is now a hybrid, but there's also a safety feature inherent in that a Boxer engine is inherently flat and low profile. So if you have a big front impact on this car, instead of making its way into the passenger cell, it can actually slide underneath that maintains the integrity of that passenger cell and all the safety of the occupants.
Absolutely brilliant. Let's move across here. So we have a wonderful collection of Toyotas here on the show. We have the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado Altitude and the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Give me some specs on these babies.
Right. the Land Cruiser Prado. This one's important because it's an off-road vehicle. Now, people will go all around Australia in their Prados. They love them for that. There's towing capability. We'll talk a little bit about the way this car tows differently. But then there's other features like your forward-facing camera. So it's got A/B, it's got lane departure assistance. So a lot of systems in there, but the main thing with this is it is actually very good for your towing and off-road safety as well. This, I don't need to tell anyone, probably one of the most easily recognizable cars on the road. It is the Toyota RAV4. The reason this car is so good is because the RAV4 basically defined a whole new segment of vehicle. It proved that you could have an SUV that was fun to drive as well as an SUV. Now that's important because fun means good dynamics, and good dynamics means safe vehicle. So this thing is stable and secure and sure-footed on the road, as well as having all those things like the forward-facing camera, A, B, lane departure. It is a very, very good package for very good reason.
Now the Toyota talk continues. Let's move over here. You said if you haven't seen one of the roads, we haven't seen one of these on the road, you haven't seen anything. If you haven't seen a Toyota Camry on the road, then you've been walking around with your eyes closed. We have the Camry here, and then we have the Toyota Yaris Cross right next to you there.
And this is a really, really well-rounded vehicle. The reason it's so popular with rideshare and lots of other segments is because it is practical, reasonably priced, and once again, it's safe. One of the things that makes this car so safe is a very low center of gravity because it is a sedan, and it has all the electronic assistance like forward-facing camera, lane departure, all the active safety systems. But in a vehicle like this, you can stay out of trouble before you need those systems a lot longer.
And then, of course, we got over here to the Toyota Yaris Cross.
You have Toyota's smallest SUV. It's small, but it packs in pretty much all the safety features that you'll find in any other Toyota, including autonomous emergency braking, which also works in reverse. So if you're in those really difficult situations where you might have kids running around behind the car when you're reversing in a driveway, this car can actually emergency brake in reverse. It's a really great little package of an SUV with some great efficiency figures as well, but it also rolls in a lot of safety features that you'll find are common to the whole Toyota family.
So the reason Toyota are selling so many more cars than any other brand is for a variety of reasons. The reliability, the value for money, and the all-around performance.
And that keyword, they're all very safe as well.
Very safe.
Looking to finance and make the leap to a full electric vehicle? Check out the BYD Sea Lion 7. With a novated lease from Ollie, you could potentially save thousands in tax over the life of the lease. See, with an Ollie novated lease, the team will take care of everything involved in leasing your new car. That's purchase, registration, eligible running costs, even charging with an electric vehicle, and wrap it into a neat little package with a one simple payment that comes out of your salary. Meaning a BYD Sea Lion 7 could cost as little as $192 a week. So start your journey today. Head to ollie.com.au.
The Accident Research Centre at Melbourne's Monash University is one of the most comprehensive injury prevention research institutes in the world. Their goal? It's simple, striving to make people safer. I sat down with Director Professor Stuart Newstead to discuss the incredible research the centre performs. Professor Newstead, thank you so much for joining us. Now, first off, I want to start the Accident Research Centre, which is where we are now. What exactly is it that you do here?
We do academic research, but with a very applied flavour, aimed at informing better policy and practice in injury prevention. So a large part of our work is road safety research.
Now, do we agree that cars, especially, are so much safer now? With the amount of technology that's put into cars, they have to be safer. But also, with that technology, do you think drivers are becoming a little bit more complacent behind the wheel?
Well, certainly cars are safer. If we compare a car driven today, if it's involved in a crash, you're about 75% less likely to be killed or seriously injured in that car. And with crash avoidance technology coming in many vehicles, there's about a 20% reduction in the risk of actually being involved in a crash compared to a car that was even manufactured 15 years ago. So that potentially creates an opportunity for people to become complacent. The car will look after me. But I don't think that's actually the case in how most people approach driving. A lot of them are aware now of crash avoidance technologies, but they don't really understand how they work.
So the vehicles are as good and as safe as we have ever had before.
Absolutely.
But people's mindset is what can sometimes slip off. How do we change that?
There's a range of issues that we have here. Is people have very busy lives. They're distracted by all sorts of things. They're often in a hurry. There's time pressures. In studies where we've actually watched people driving, some of those studies suggest that up to 60% of the time people are driving, they are distracted by something, and it might be something outside the car, it might be their internal thoughts, it might be something the car's inside the car, it might be a child in the back seat. Now, this is where the vehicles are now helping, because they're helping to overcome some of those errors. So if I'm distracted by the child in the back and forget to brake, the car will brake for you if it's about to hit something. So that's a good outcome, but they're not perfect. And so if you yourself are fit for task as a driver, you have the best chance of avoiding crashes and avoiding serious crashes, and you let the car help you only in those extreme situations.
Professor Newstead, thank you so much for your time. We will be seeing you throughout the series for even more information on how to keep our roads safe.
No problem.
Looking to finance your next car? Maybe you want something like the Hyundai Kona Electric. Well, with an Ollie novated lease, it could be a reality. Get started at ollie.com.au to begin your journey. Once you've selected your car and spoken to the team, Ollie will do the rest. After discussing your situation, Ollie will help bring your financing down to one simple payment, including some eligible running costs. Meaning the Hyundai Kona Electric could cost as low as $208 a week. And it's easy to track through the Ollie app. So discover the possibilities. Head to ollie.com.au to find out more.
Here we are, Daniel, with the all-new Subaru Forester. This has had a complete facelift on the last one. Can I say, first impressions, I really like it.
And there are a lot of Australians that will agree with you. The Forester is an iconic nameplate. It's been doing incredibly well in Australia for many, many years for lots of good reasons. First of all, it's got that off-road promise. Subaru is known for lots of different things. First of all, its permanent four-wheel drive system, which this car has. Symmetrical four-wheel drive, which means you've got lots of grip whether you choose to stay on the road or go off-road. Now, one of the systems it introduced was called EyeSight. Now, a few years ago, it brought a revolutionary system which had not one forward-facing camera, but two. Now, the reason that works so well is because it works like animals that have two eyes. Now, establishing distance and speed is much easier when you're using two eyes or two cameras. How many cameras can you see behind the windscreen of the Subaru Forester?
3.
Exactly. So EyeSight started off with 2 cameras, and now it has gained a third camera. So the 2 still do the job of looking into the distance and establishing speed and distance very accurately.
And now you got the all-seeing eye.
That camera, the third one, is a much wider angle version, and it can pick up things like road signs. So what the car can now do is pick up road speed signs, limits, other warnings. It is a much more comprehensive forward monitoring system and much safer. Other things this vehicle does, it now has a driver monitoring system, so there's a little camera in the center console just here, and that's watching your face the whole time. It would have a lovely time looking at your face, Chris, but it will treat everyone the same. As soon as you're not paying any attention, it tracks eye movement, it can tell where your face is looking, it will give you a warning, and it can do even more than that. So it has a new system called a driver stop system. So if you actually become unconscious or unresponsive at the wheel, it will try to get your attention. If you fail to do that, it will gently slow the vehicle down to a complete stop with the hazards on and prevent you from causing any damage to yourself or the vehicle. So lots of technology in this vehicle looking after you the whole time. So those are the electronic systems, or just some of them, but the Subaru has a few mechanical advantages up its sleeve as well. So the vehicle has a low center of gravity. It means it handles better on the road, and it's much safer because you can keep control of it easier. But also what that means is, in the event of a frontal impact, instead of being forced back into the passenger compartment where all the occupants are, that low-profile flat engine can actually be pushed underneath the passenger cell, out of harm's way.
And I'm assuming the ANCAP rating for this is way up there with the rest of them.
Absolutely. It gets the full 5-star rating. It gets very high rating for both adult and child occupancy protection. So it's a brilliant combination of both mechanical, old school, passive safety systems, but you've also got a really good suite of electronic and active safety systems.
And you've combined all of that with an off-road capability. What can this thing not do?
I've yet to find it, but I'd like to try. All right, I'll tell you what we've tried. A nice little system we've got here. Conveniently, we have another Subaru ahead of us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up behind it, and then when the lights go green and it moves off, because we don't have another car behind us to annoy, we'll see what happens, right? So this car has a nice system, which is not so much a safety system, but a sort of politeness system. So when we get a green light, okay, that car's going to pull away, and hear the little beep it did?
Oh, so that is actively telling you to move ahead.
Exactly, so it watches that car, and when it moves away, and I don't, it says, would you like,
Excuse me, sir.
Exactly, it's very polite, isn't it? All right, well, let's see if we can do another one. We'll change lanes without indicating, because I think we're in a safe situation to do that, so I'm going to just start letting
Will not like that. Does it drag you back in?
It did, so that time it brought up a little warning on the screen to show graphically, visually, that I'm moving out of the lane, and then if I did nothing about it, it actually then gently moved the steering to keep me in lane, which is good. There's a lot of systems which are very aggressive. Again, talking about some of the Chinese challenger brands.
Yes.
They can be very aggressive. I just got another little warning there, did you see that? They can be very aggressive and actually yank on the steering wheel. It can be a little bit off-putting. Now that is a much louder warning beep.
Which was from?
That was telling me the speed limit warning, okay? So we've gone into a different speed limit zone.
You actually feel very safe in this. And
Absolutely. Subaru, and it's in all of its recent models, actually, so they went to it's called a global platform, so all the cars that Subaru build now are on this new platform, and with the introduction of that, they brought their eyesight safety system, and also with that was just the most lovely chassis that they ride really beautifully. Spent a lot of time in the Outback as well, and that is just a very relaxing car, good for towing, good lots of power, so yeah, they're doing lots well. It's got a blind spot detection system, so it monitors if there's anyone in that. So what I'll do is a car overtaking really fast now, I'm going to indicate into it, and there we go. So it gave me those 3 beeps.
Oh.
Now that guy there was going, I'm pretty certain, over the speed limit, but we did our thing. We had all our safety systems, so the car's looking after us, even when everyone around us is perhaps not doing the right thing.
Thank you for watching the first episode of this season of Drive Safer. And remember, if you want to find out any more about anything you've seen in this series, it's all over at drive.com.au. Next week, we are hitting the metro roads with Kevin. Daniel and I will look at 2 of our star cars and we'll discuss towing safely. I'm Kris Smith, and we'll see you then.
Thinking about buying your next car? Or make your first move a smart one and head to drive.com.au. You'll find thousands of new and quality used cars for sale, all in one location. Our Drive built intelligence highlights the cars that are a great price today, so you don't miss out on a deal. Drive, the smarter way to find and buy your next car, all in one place. Find it, buy it, drive it at drive.com.au.